Alex, I understand that, you're making points of light here across the world. You're making points of light in Hawaii. There's a lot of listeners here. A lot of listeners.
No, I know that. It's getting really, we're starting to live in 1984. I found out from the CBC that the Austin police were talking trash about me to them. Can you imagine how unprofessional that is? I mean, it shows how dangerous they are. It's just this country is rat run. I'm sorry.
Let's imagine the Seraphim and what they think about 60-plus years of genocide against babies and kids and families. Let's think about how this opposition is creating altruism. Let's think about how if this opposition wasn't here right now, where would the altruism been reserved from? Where would it come from?
Quantify what you're saying and tell folks what Seraphim are.
Well, the Seraphim, I got a little gratitude on that part. They are the angels of our Creator, and they're waiting, and they're waiting for their time. They're almost ready, bro. Let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude for the freedom we have right now to be live. We still have freedom right now. The
globalists want to take our freedom to live. They want to kill us just like they love killing babies. Exactly.
The freedom is still here. We're on right now. Everybody's listening. Where points of light are happening all over. I want to help right now. And then one way we can do that is seize the moment for holiday. The holiday time, and it was what everybody has time off. Grandma, grandpas, aunts, uncles, everybody comes home. We can get something that the elderly need in their stockings. What's the most mild-mannered movie do you think you got, Alex, that would help the elderly? Something that's not like the least alarmistic movie that you've got that would help the elderly and yet stay in peace in their home. Which one do you think that is? Maybe Don't Tread on Me?
I don't know.
Don't Tread on Me?
Yeah, maybe Don't Tread on Me, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's if we could get the mainstream of all the general public of people out there on something like Craigslist in two categories, typing one sentence in two categories about where they could go for real news and get something appealing to the elderly.
Yeah, well, Google's already trying to censor us, so we need people to help us. And by the way, it's in mainstream news today, Wall Street Journal, that Google is caught restricting people they don't like and even competitors. So Google is now completely corrupt and cannot be trusted as far as you can throw them.
Audience, we need everyone's help. We can burn movies. Look at all the opportunities Alex has presented. We can burn movies for free. If we just burn one movie each and get them out to our local communities and put them in stockings, we've got time off here. This is a seize-the-moment holiday time right now. We've got to move now while people are off. The biggest time of the year when people come home. They've got time to see, listen, hear, and learn. We've got to do this. Everybody, please help. One DVD burning. That's all it is. Go on Craigslist one time, one category. Type a sentence about where you can get the real, no-spin, honest news. The grassroots of the nation we still got. Cheer up, Alex. Your points of light are everywhere.
No, I hear you. God bless you. It's good to hear from you. We'll come back with more calls. And it's not even... Look, sometimes I'm looking at all this news, and it freaks me out, and I just get really nasty feeling. And I apologize for that. But I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all this evil and corruption. People need to get the instinct again to not like corruption. Corruption isn't cute or funny. It's dangerous.
Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family, not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
again, go to gusset.com/America today. Hi, this is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about the delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. I've told you for years that eFoods Direct has the best storable food on the planet. Now it's that time of year again, and their holiday special is here. They have 2 holiday price packs for you to put into your reserves for a secure future or to share with others. The first is a 6-month bulk supply in 10 cans. And the second is a 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals, including delicious bakery items shipped in heavy tote bags. Now, for a limited time, when you order 2 or more of these special holiday packs, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. Call now, 800-409-5633, or visit them at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633, or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We've got a news article up on prisonplanet.com. Father harassed by CPS for feeding kids organic food. The kids told the neighbors, oh no, we don't drink tap water, it's got fluoride in it. And so now they're trying to say that it's abuse to not give your children fluoride and to feed them organic food. You just can't make this up. And I've actually seen this many times where they'll take young, healthy couples' children away if they are into organic food or if they're vegetarian. And no one can argue that a vegetarian diet is pretty healthy in many cases. You do need to get a lot of beans and rice and things that together give you protein. And when you're, 1 to 3, in the old days, they would breastfeed that long or also give milk as a supplement. I mean, they need some protein, some fish. But the point is that it's a lot better than eating a bunch of McDonald's hamburgers. And some of the longest-lived people in the world are vegetarians. It doesn't matter. What is the government doing? Now you don't want tap water, so we're going to take your kids? I mean, this country. And I've just got literally probably 200 articles here, all more insane than the last, just all off the charts crazy. I've got a bunch of mainstream news articles where they're admitting that vaccines they're giving kids are killing them in the U.S., but nobody gets in trouble because the vaccine makers have immunity. Then you warn people, hey, these vaccines can hurt you, and the average... I don't even want to call them yuppie. What do you call just the average? You know who they are. You warn them about something and they laugh at you. And you want to slap them. I guess they're just domesticated, weak people who are living in la-la land. I guess that's the word for them. All right, Candy in Canada, then Brandon, Randy, Tim, Brent, and others. Candy, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for holding while I've been babbling.
I'm a bit nervous, so I'll give you a few points, and then I'll tell you about our Walmart bomb shop here in Canada. You're right. It's coming at us like a freight train, and I'm a mom. I'm giving my life to this. I've personally handed out 1,128 videos this year.
Wow.
And I teamed up with a fella from America that I met online, and we're developing a website. It's a massive movie. A lot of people don't like to research. So what we did is put a lot of the information on the NWO into movies that are available online so that you have one-stop kind of thing. Our motto is there's a war raging and the truth needs an army. So it's infoarmy.org, and we're still building it up, but we'll take suggestions as well.
That's a great name.
I have to tell you that on Sunday's show, you covered about Canada. You're right. Nobody's listening up here. It is so hard. And Harper prorogued. It's called proroguing Parliament, and it's unprecedented that he's ever done this, and he did it twice in 1 year. And yes, you're right. The Governor-General is the power in Canada. She is put in, or they are put in, on every one of the Queen's countries that she dominates, and it's her choice.
Look, she owns on record about half the land in Canada. Same thing in Australia. They've got crowns on all the street signs. When I've been in London and I talked to the police, and they said, yes, the Queen at her discretion shuts down her roads. So they'll just shut down whole roads as an exercise of power, just like they stick their hands down your pants as an exercise of power and to train their goons. And I read out of the New York Times where it said the Parliament didn't vote the way he wanted, and the Parliament was going to vote to remove him. So he pled to the Queen, who activated the Governor-General. They're under a governor, an unelected governor. That's tyranny. And when I'm on Canadian radio, I'll bring it up when a host is attacking me, and they go, let's just move on from that. People don't want to discuss it. They want to make believe that they're in a free country. Well, here, I read the New York Times admitting that a secret banking cartel runs the country and controls the stock market. It's all rigged. And the average investor doesn't want to hear that. Because if they actually admit that we aren't running things, then they have to admit they've got to get up off their hind end and do something. And so they just make believe. I mean, more and more, having children, I've now discovered all this. I remember briefly as a child, 3 years old, playing Batman and Robin with my friends across the street, jumping off the porch. I've told the story many times. And it wasn't fun anymore. I realized I'm not Batman. I'm not Robin. This isn't real. And then when I was like 15, there were neighborhood kids still playing make-believe games. And I have this big conscious thing that I'm only alive once. There's this world outside of me. I mean, it was a real epiphany. And most adults, it's like dress up. I mean, they enjoy just parading and posing around. And so they're mentally ill. They think if they just imagine that none of this is happening, that then it means that nothing's going on. So, I mean, what do Canadians say up there, Candy, about the fact that Canada, and in fact, I'm going to read the New York Times because people won't listen to me, and then I want to get your comment, because I was sent emails, I saw comments when I mentioned this briefly last Friday saying I made this up. Here it is. Canadian leader shuts down Parliament. How does I thought we have separation of powers. How does the Prime Minister shut down the Parliament, who is elected by the people, and then they elect him? See, he serves the people. Canada's parliamentary opposition reacted with outrage on Thursday after Prime Minister Stephen Harper shut down the legislature until January 26, seeking to forestall a no-confidence vote that he was sure to lose and possibly provoke a constitutional crisis. Well, they're supposed to remove prime ministers when they're setting up North. And what did he say a month ago? We're giving up our sovereignty in Canada to the globalists. Harper acted after getting approval of Governor-General Michelle Jean, or Jean, if I'm pronouncing that right, who represents Queen Elizabeth II as the nation's head of state. He represents the head of state, Queen Elizabeth. And that's not ceremonial. It was the Parliament. And I've read the charter of the Parliament Act in England and in Canada and in Australia. It's all the same. They operate at her pleasure, or his pleasure if it's a king. They operate at the pleasure of the crown, and the taxes are paid, and they shut down whole roads for their enjoyment. I'm sorry, ma'am. Go ahead and finish your point.
No, that's correct. That's exactly what they do. They use happy words up here like harmony and vision, just like Charlotte has said.
Oh, there's a vision. Your elected representatives actually tried to run things and didn't want to take your guns and didn't want to give up our... Did you see the news yesterday where they announced they're merging Canada and the U.S. military forces domestically? I mean, that was already done a decade ago. Now they're announcing it, and they're like, oh, it's vision, it's harmony. Oh, your elected people don't want it? Well, they're not the government. This old lady is. This old warmonger, whose cousin was a top Adolf Hitler supporter. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Today, Hillary